Well, good morning and welcome to the Breakfast News on Rajya Sabha television. My name is Aishwarya Kapoor. Let us start the bulletin with the headlines. Smooth functioning of Parliament helps passing of important bills. A Negotiable Instruments Amendment Bill 2018 passed by the upper house. IT Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad, replying to a calling attention motion, says the social media companies cannot escape responsibility for the spread of rumours. Informs the upper house that WhatsApp will soon have a fake news verification mechanisms. Lok Sabha passes a bill to prevent human trafficking. India-China agreed to maintain a border tranquility as Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Xi Jinping meet in Johannesburg. Modi's bilateral meeting with Russian President Putin goes on till midnight. Prime Minister also hold talks with the leaders of Angola and Argentina on the sidelines of the BRICS summit to take part in BRICS Africa outreach session today. Longest total lunar eclipse of the century today. Total lunar eclipse where Sun, Earth and Moon are in perfect line to last 1 hour and 43 minutes. Blood moon, a phenomenon that sees moon take a reddish hue, will also be seen. Cloudy skies may play dampener on the rare celestial event. And former cricketer Imran Khan claims victory in Pakistan's general election. His party PTI is projected to win 120 of the 272 contested seats in the National Assembly, but falls short of overall majority. Imran Khan might seek coalition partners to form government. Let's first get you all the news from Parliament. It was yet another productive day in the monsoon session of Parliament on Thursday. Rajya Sabha on Thursday passed the Negotiable Instruments Amendment Bill 2017. Also in the upper house, several members drew the attention of Union IT Minister on the issue of the misuse of social media platforms and propagation of fake news causing unrest and violence in the country. And IT Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad responded to the members' concerns. And in the Lok Sabha, the Trafficking of Persons Prevention, Protection and Rehabilitation Bill 2018 was passed. Both the Houses of Parliament will not be in session today on account of Guru Purnima. The two houses would now meet on Monday. The announcement of the holiday was made in Rajya Sabha by Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu and in Lok Sabha by Speaker Sumitra Mahajan. So Parliament on Thursday passed a bill aiming at allowing a court to try offences related to cheque bounce expeditiously and direct the drawee to pay a minimum of 20% of the cheque amount as interim compensation. The Negotiable Instruments Amendment Bill 2018 was passed by the Rajya Sabha by a voice vote. The bill was already passed in the Lok Sabha on 23rd of July. Moving the bill for consideration and passage, Minister of State for Finance Shiv Pratap Shukla said that the amendments have been brought to ensure that people have trust and faith on issuing cheques. He added that the 1881 law on negotiable instruments has been amended from time to time. And cutting across party lines, members of opposition parties, including Congress, supported the bill but suggested stringent penalties to curb cheque payment defaults. The members also suggested that the government make a cheque payment default a non-bailable offence.
नेगोशिएबल इंस्ट्रूमेंट एक्ट 1881 में एक नई धारा 143 ए का समावेश किया गया है, जिससे धारा 138 के अंतर्गत अपराध की जो सुनवाई करने वाले न्यायालयों को जो जारी चेककर्ता को निर्देश देने का अधिकार दिया गया है, वे शिकायतकर्ता के चेक की राशि को जो भी रहती है उसका 20% अंतरिम भुगतान उसका किया जा सके।
इसमें जो प्रावधान किए उसमें ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा उसको थोड़ी पेनल्टी देना, 2 साल की सज़ा देना, ये सब इसके अंदर प्रावधान है। और मेरे ख्याल से ये प्रावधान पूरे नहीं है, या तो डिटरेंट इतने नहीं है कि जिससे ऐसे फ्रॉडुलेंट पर्सन को रोका जा सके, या उनको है तो उसको चेक में चेक किया जाए। कितने देशों के अंदर ऐसा है सर, अगर जो इफ़ यू इश्यू ए चेक एंड विच गेट बाउंस, then you are been forbidden to issue a check for next 2 years, 3 years or 5 years, as the case may be. 81 से चल रहा था, जिसमें सारे इंस्ट्रूमेंट की बात की गई है, लेकिन
चेक बाउंसिंग की समस्या इतनी बड़ी हो गई है कि आज करीब करीब 60 लाख चेक, जो करीब करीब कुल मुकदमों का 20% है, सिर्फ चेक बाउंसिंग के केसेस कोर्ट के सामने है।
And the issue of rumors being spread via social media sites resonated in the Rajya Sabha on Thursday. And responding to the concerns, Information and Technology Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad said that social media platforms cannot be allowed to spread fake and misleading information.
You came and told me
6 MPs moved calling attention motion in the Rajya Sabha on the recent incidents of mob lynching triggered by rumors spread via social media. Responding to the motion, Information and Technology Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad said the government took up the issue with WhatsApp that has also made certain changes to address the concerns. He said the government is committed to the freedom of expression and privacy, but social media platforms should not be allowed to spread rumors.
कि ये जो बड़ी संख्या में सोशल मीडिया पर एक प्रकार से अनसब्सटेंशिएटेड न्यूज आता है और फेक न्यूज बन के सर्कुलेट होता है, लोगों को प्रोवोक करता है, तो लॉ एंड ऑर्डर अपना काम करेगी। बहुत लोग जेल गए हैं, कन्विक्शन भी हुई है, झारखंड में लोग कन्विक्टेड हुए। लेकिन सोशल मीडिया का ये कहना हम प्लेटफॉर्म हैं, हम लोग सिर्फ प्लेटफॉर्म बनाए, ये नहीं चलेगा। जैसे एक अखबार में अगर प्रोवोकेटिव लेख आएंगे तो अखबार ये नहीं कह सकता कि हमारी जिम्मेदारी नहीं है, उसी प्रकार से सोशल मीडिया के अगर ऊपर इस तरह के फेक अनकन्फर्म न्यूज से लोग मरते हैं या मरने के लिए इंस्टिगेट होते हैं तो आपकी भी जिम्मेदारी है।
Leader of the opposition Ghulam Nabi Azad said the number of people killed due to rumors has increased this year as compared to last year.
साजिश करने वाला, मौजूद होने वाला और उसको एनकरेज करने वाला भी उतना ही क्रिमिनल है। फेक न्यूज वाला आपको हाथ नहीं आ रहा है, आपको सोशल मीडिया पे इसका मिसयूज करने वाला हाथ नहीं आ रहा है, लेकिन जो हाथ आए हैं उनको आपने क्या किया?
जिनको आज ये समझ में आ रहा है कि भीड़ पर उनकी पूरी पकड़ है, मैं यकीन दिलाता हूं ली बॉर्न के टाइम से जिम्बाब्वे तक तकनीकी जो भी रही हो, भीड़ ने सभ्यताओं को ले लिया है। तो जो भौतिक हिंसा होती है, जो फिजिकल वायलेंस है, वो उस भाषाई हिंसा की परिणति होती है सर।
The discussion over calling attention motion lasted for almost 1.5 hours. Shyam Sundar's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
And External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj assuaged the apprehensions on the changes in the H-1B visa rules. She said that there has been no major change in the H-1B visa policy by the US so far. External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj also assured the House that India is raising the issue of H-1B visa with the US bilaterally. She also informed the upper house that more H-1B visas have been issued recently. Swaraj also informed the House that India is leaving no stone unturned and is taking up the issue with the US on all forums. The issue will also resonate at the 2+2 dialogue between India and the US to be held in New Delhi on 6th of September.
ये खतरा बराबर बना हुआ है क्योंकि जो सोच वीज़ा रिजीम्स के बारे में सख्ती की आज अमेरिका में चल रही है, उसके कारण से इसकी संख्या में भी कटौती हो सकती है, नियम ज़्यादा सख्त भी बनाए जा सकते हैं। लेकिन मैं आपके माध्यम से सदन को ये कहना चाहूँगी कि ऐसा ना हो, इसके लिए भारत सरकार भरपूर प्रयास कर रही है। हम व्हाइट हाउस से भी बात कर रहे हैं, हम स्टेट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन से भी बात कर रहे हैं, हम कांग्रेसमैन से भी बात कर रहे हैं। केवल आपको एक विश्वास दिला दूं कि 2+2 डायलॉग अभी 6 सितंबर को दिल्ली में होने वाला है, जिसमें दोनों देशों के विदेश मंत्री और दोनों देशों के रक्षा मंत्री आएंगे। तो निश्चित तौर पर हम फॉर्मली इस विषय को बहुत ही आग्रहपूर्वक उठाएंगे।
And the government said on Thursday that the institution of eminence tag has not been bestowed on the Geo Institute. HRD Minister Prakash Javadekar clarified that the Geo Institute has only been recommended by a panel for a letter of intent subject to certain conditions. During question hour in the Rajya Sabha, several members sought to clarify the criteria on the basis of which the prestigious title was conferred on select institutions. And HRD Minister Prakash Javadekar said that a committee of experts had made the selections after a thorough scrutiny.
And there was third category created by the empowered committee as a green field category. So Geo Institute को कोई Institute of Eminence का tag नहीं दिया है. लेटर ऑफ इंटेंट केवल दिया है.
And the Rajya Sabha chairman yesterday made a statement regarding the Fugitive Economic Offenders Bill, which was cleared by the upper house on Wednesday.
Honorable members, may recall that yesterday, 25th July 2018, while taking up the class-by-class consideration of the Fugitive Economic Offenders Bill, Sri Anand Sharmaji and other members raised an objection that the amendments proposed by Sri Yeramaram Karim, member to the bill, were not circulated to the members. I have made an inquiry and found that the amendments proposed by Sri Karim were received in the Secretariat on 24th July 2018 only.
And speaking about the lower house of parliament, well, the Lok Sabha on Thursday passed a comprehensive law to deal with the menace of human trafficking. The Union Minister Maneka Gandhi stated that the legislation does not intend to harass sex workers. Members cutting across party lines supported the bill, even as Congress and CPIM demanded that the bill be sent to a standing committee. The Trafficking of Persons Prevention, Protection and Rehabilitation Bill 2018 provides for confidentiality of victims, witnesses and complainants and time-bound trials and the repatriation of the victims. The legislation proposes to create institutional mechanisms at the district, state and central levels. It also calls for punishment ranging from 10 years of rigorous imprisonment and a fine not less than 1 lakh rupees.
They fail to target the backbone of this organized crime. Section 370 of IPC only defines and penalizes the offence of trafficking of persons, and Immoral Traffic Prevention Act ITPA 1956 only deals with sexual exploitation. The new bill addresses these gaps.
Let's get you some other news now. The government has extended the last date for filing of income tax returns for the assessment year 2018-19 by a month to 31st of August, only for certain categories of taxpayers. Individuals and entities whose accounts are not required to be audited were mandated to file the income tax returns by 31st of July. The new ITR forms were notified earlier in the month of April. The decision comes days ahead of the 31st of July deadline, which several groups had requested the government to push to later. Finance Minister Piyush Goyal in a tweet appealed to citizens to pay their taxes within the extended due date. Now, if an individual fails to file ITR on time, a penalty of 5,000 rupees will be levied if the return is furnished before 31st of December, and the late fee will be 10,000 rupees if the return is filed after 31st of December. And items of common use like sanitary napkins, footwear and fridge may get cheaper, with the GST rate cut on about 88 items coming into effect from today. The GST Council, chaired by Finance Minister Piyush Goyal last week, had pruned the highest 28% tax slab by moving some goods to the 18% tax bracket. It was decided that the new tax rates would come into effect from today, that is 27th of July. The refrigerator, washing machines, small screen televisions, water heaters, paints and varnishes will attract 18% GST from today. Sanitary napkins, which attracted earlier 12% GST, have been exempted from the tax with effect from today. The GST Council will next meet on 4th of August to discuss the problems faced by small traders and businesses, and the meeting will be completely focused on the MSME sector. And in Breakfast News, time for a very short break. We'll be back with more news. Stay tuned.
Hello and welcome to Security Scan. I'm Vishal Dahiya, and this week we will take a look at Indian Air Force's new weapon, the Rafale fighter jet.
It can take off from almost anywhere, operate under all circumstances. It can operate in the hills, in the deserts, in the plains, over different geographical areas. Most importantly, it can operate independent of any other support.
Quickly adapt this aircraft for ops role.
Okay.
Because you need the engineering support, infrastructure and bases to provide the aircraft available for the combat role.
Having spent this N number of $1 billion and having got 36 numbers, have we got the right amount of capability that the Indian Air Force required?
Okay.
Welcome back after the break. Let's get you all the news from South Africa, where the representatives from the BRICS countries said on Thursday that global trade was facing unprecedented challenges and urged the World Trade Organization members to honor their commitments to the multilateral trading system. The call was included in the Johannesburg Declaration that was adopted by the grouping of 5 emerging economies, namely Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa on Thursday afternoon. The declaration comes as the US and China remain deadlocked in a trade war over tariffs. The declaration from the BRICS bloc representatives said that they recognized that the multilateral trading system was facing unprecedented challenges. The countries also recognized the long-lasting impact of the scourge of corruption, saying that it discourages investment. And the BRICS nations also called for a comprehensive approach in combating terrorism, which should include counter-radicalization, blocking the channels of terrorist financing, dismantling terrorist bases, and preventing the misuse of the internet by terrorist entities. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Chinese President Xi Jinping had a very productive meet on the sidelines of the BRICS Summit 2018 yesterday. During the meet, Prime Minister Modi emphasized on the need to maintain the momentum generated by their recent meetings and provide proper instructions to their militaries to maintain peace and at the border. Chinese President Xi Jinping added that China was willing to consolidate and develop a closer partnership with India. Prime Minister Modi also said that the meeting has provided another opportunity to both the nations to strengthen their closer developmental partnership. PM Modi also expressed his willingness to send National Security Advisor Ajit Doval to China this year for the special representative level boundary talks.
The Chinese president were particularly satisfied at the efforts that are being made by both sides, by the officials on both sides, to strengthen this engagement and to implement some of the decisions and understandings that the leaders reached at Wuhan. And in that context, the Prime Minister said that he saw the Johannesburg meeting as yet another instance where the two sides could review and could upgrade the relationship between them. And one important fact I would like to say, both leaders also remarked that in the last few months, mutual trust has grown between the two sides.
And Prime Minister Narendra Modi also held bilateral talks with the Russian President Vladimir Putin in Johannesburg and said the friendship between India and Russia is deep-rooted. The two leaders had a comprehensive discussion on bilateral issues of mutual interest, especially in the areas of trade, investment, energy, defense and tourism. Prime Minister Modi also met South African President Cyril Ramaphosa and discussed ways to expand the bilateral ties in a number of sectors, including trade and investment, IT and defense. Following the delegation-level talks between Prime Minister Modi and Ramaphosa, 3 MOUs were signed in cooperation in exploration and use of outer space for peaceful purposes, setting up of a Gandhi Mandela Center of Specialization for artisan skills and agricultural research and education.
Also met the President of the Republic of South Africa, which is the host for the BRICS Summit. 3 important agreements were signed in the sidelines of that meeting. These related to agriculture, to space, and to the Gandhi Mandela Skills Center, which India is assisting South Africa to set up. What was also released jointly by the President of South Africa and the Prime Minister of India was the stamp commemorating the 100th anniversary of Nelson Mandela and the 125th anniversary of the Pietermaritzburg incident, where Gandhiji was asked to get down from the train at the Pietermaritzburg station, and which was the turning point in Gandhiji's life.
And Prime Minister Modi also held bilateral meetings with the presidents of Argentina and Angola on the sidelines of the BRICS Summit. President of Angola and Prime Minister Modi discussed intensifying relations in the areas of trade and investment, agriculture and food processing, as well as pharmaceuticals, oil and natural gas. And at the 10th BRICS Summit, Prime Minister Narendra Modi called the member nations to unite to face fresh challenges emanating from new technologies. He called upon the nations to adhere to the principles of multilateralism and rule-based order. Russian President Vladimir Putin and Chinese President Xi Jinping, however, warned the tendencies of protectionism and unilateralism.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi took part in the opening and closing sessions of the BRICS summit in Johannesburg. His main emphasis was on constructive cooperation among member countries in facing new challenges from new technologies. Prime Minister Modi said India is ready to collaborate with BRICS countries to make a positive contribution in the age of the fourth industrial revolution.
इंडस्ट्री 4.0 इन चुनौतियों और जरूरतों को और भी बढ़ा देगा। भारत फोर्थ इंडस्ट्रियल रिवॉल्यूशन के विषय पर ब्रिक्स देशों के साथ मिलकर काम करना चाहता है। इस संबंध में हमें मिलकर बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस और पॉलिसीज साझा करनी चाहिए।
A joint Johannesburg declaration was also adopted at the summit. It outlined the issues ranging from combating the menace of terrorism to tackling the tendencies of unilateralism and protectionism. However, Prime Minister Modi said the world needs reformed multilateralism and also a reformed United Nations.
The Prime Minister emphasized that the objective of preserving multilateralism and the multilateral world order is not to maintain the status quo. He reminded the leaders that BRICS came together 10 years ago for change and for reform of the world order. Therefore, he said, what we need today is reformed multilateralism.
The summit in Johannesburg had the theme of BRICS in Africa, collaborative for inclusive growth and shared prosperity in the fourth industrial revolution. On Friday, Prime Minister Modi will take part in retreat with other BRICS leaders, where they will get another opportunity to discuss world and bilateral issues informally. Akhilesh Suman's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
Let's get you a weather update now. And heavy rains lashed several parts of the country, affecting normal life. A water level in the Chambal River in Rajasthan saw alarming rise due to heavy rainfall in the eastern part of the state. The district administration has increased surveillance in the villages and hamlets situated on the banks of the river. The IMD has forecast a heavy rainfall in isolated places in East Rajasthan and light to moderate rainfall at isolated places in West Rajasthan. And heavy rains also lashed Delhi and its neighborhood areas, including Noida, Gurugram, Ghaziabad and Faridabad. Waterlogging and traffic snarls were reported from several parts of the city. There were, however, no reports of cancellation or delay of any trains or flights. Meanwhile, a National Disaster Response Force team was called in Himachal Pradesh's Sirmaur district to rescue 6 people who were stranded on one side of the Giri River due to high water levels there. 2 of them have been rescued by the police with the help of local divers, but 4 were still stranded. And normal life was also affected in Kolkata owing to incessant rains on Thursday. Several arterial roads in the city were waterlogged, causing inconvenience to office goers and students. And the Met Department has forecast a moderate rain with heavy downpour at 1 or 2 places in the state till Sunday morning. Our top international focus with preliminary results from 228 seats in the PTI, that is the Imran Khan's party, is leading the race with 120 seats, followed by PMLN with 60. PPP looks strong on the third spot with 28 seats, followed by MMA with 5. Pakistan's Tehreek-e-Insaf chief Imran Khan has claimed victory in the general elections after his party emerged as the single largest party in the National Assembly. Making his first public address after the elections, Imran Khan promised to make Pakistan's institutions stronger, under which everyone will be held accountable. He said that Pakistan is ready to improve its ties with India, and his government would like the leaders of the two sides to resolve all disputes, including the issue of Kashmir, through talks.
पाकिस्तान और हिंदुस्तान के ताल्लुकात अच्छे होते हैं तो ये बरे सगीर के लिए बेहतरी है। अगर हम ये गुर्बत कम करना चाहते हैं बरे सगीर में, जो कि सबसे नंबर 1 प्रायोरिटी होनी चाहिए किसी भी गवर्नमेंट की, तो सबसे बेहतर ये हो कि हमारी एक दूसरे से ट्रेड टाइज चले, हम एक दूसरे से तजारत करें, और जितना हम तजारत करेंगे दोनों मुल्कों का फ़ायदा है।
And let's get you some sporting action in the Women's Hockey World Cup. India suffered a 0-1 loss to Ireland in the second Pool B match in London on Thursday. With a comfortable win against India and a total of 2 victories in the group stage, now Ireland secured their quarter-final berth in the tournament. Anna O'Flangan was the lone goal scorer in the match. And by virtue of this win, Ireland became the first team to qualify for the Women's Hockey World Cup quarter-finals. And with one game left to play in Pool B, third-placed India still have an outside chance to qualify for the knockout stages. India will next play US in their final Pool B encounter on 29th of July. And finally, the longest lunar eclipse of the century will coincide with the Mars's closest approach to Earth in 15 years today. The Earth and Sun will perfectly align with the Moon, passing into the Earth's shadow. It will sweep across parts of Europe, Asia, Australia, Africa, South America, Pacific, Atlantic and Antarctica. The Moon will be totally eclipsed for 1 hour 43 minutes from tonight. That is from 11:54 p.m. to 3:49 a.m. Indian Standard Time. At the same time, Mars will hover near Moon and it will be easily visible with a naked eye. It will appear unusually large and bright. The Nehru Planetarium in the national capital is organizing a moon carnival today. The centre has arranged 5 telescopes and also organized lectures pertaining to the eclipse today. And since we are in the middle of the monsoon season, cloudy skies are likely to play a spoil sport for India. That's it in this edition of Breakfast News. Thanks for watching.